Hello, welcome to Cardboard and Plastic. Today's video. Usually I get cards in the mail and then I show you those. Today I'm going to show you a card that I'm going to put into the mail today. So I sold the card and I want to go over the reason why I sold the card. And in the background, I have a couple of cards. I'm going to use CGC a little bit more often, just the price of them. Plus, they have slabs that are now for vintage cards, which I do love, and the price is just cheap. Really, between it's right about $10 to grade a card with the membership, so a pretty good deal compared to SGC, and especially compared to PSA right now. The only thing about the cards with the slabs, which SGC does as well, they have to tell you the grade, and I could probably hold that card, the Oneil Cruz card, about half a mile away. You could probably still see that 10. Not only does it have that big 10 there, it has one on the back for the autograph grade as well. So this card I got from a Topps Heritage high number case, and I got that one as well. And I just love their slabs. But you could tell there's a problem here. Do you see how close, right, the card is in the slab? There's not a lot of room. By the way, Double D will hate these. If you shake them, they don't move. Definitely not Double D approved for that. I still don't understand that, why he likes the cards to rattle. But you can like anything you want in this hobby. Now, the reason, this is the only problem I have with CGC. This is the issue. When a card doesn't perfectly fit, they put the ugly baggie around it. And I get these for 5 submissions out of out of 30. About 4 or 5 cards will come back like this, and it's absolutely disgusting. By the way, they used to do this with all the vintage cards that were not standard size. I actually have to send a few back to them, like my Yogi Berra, my Stan Musial, 52 Bowman, and I just got to get them out of that stupid plastic bag, right? I don't care who grades the cards. I just want the beautiful card in a beautiful slab that I can see right through. By the way, Oneil Cruz hit another home run today. Great player. Great hitter. When he gets hot there. Been struggling a little bit at the plate, but he is 4 home runs, 9 stolen bases, has the power, has the speed. But he is one of the worst outfielders in the National League right now. Hunter Greene, I have a few of his cards. I mean, probably one of the top Cy Young candidates right now. And that card is a beautiful black refractor for his rookie card, numbered out of 70. And, I don't know what I want to do with this card. It got a gem in it. It's a perfect card. But it looks like absolute crap, right? I mean, I want to see that sparkle from that refractor, and you just can't with that another layer of plastic in that sleeve. So maybe I'll sell that one and buy one that's ungraded, and just throw it in a Zion Mag Pro case. So from my last reveal, and this is kind of the big point of my video today, is I am grading a lot less. Now, I did grade this one, and the reason I graded it was, well, I have another one already graded, which I'll show, but this one was a little bit worse condition than a card that I also bought from COMC. So I bought 3 of these cards at COMC. I bought them, I checked the prices, $1.65, $2.75, and $350, right? So, I mean, what are we talking about? Like under $8 for all three cards combined. And that card was the worst of the three. And I graded it because it was a double of a card that I'm going to keep. And the card I'm going to keep is in a top loader. I'm just going to put it into a binder. I mean, these are like cards that are under $5, right? By the way, nobody would touch this card for $5. Nobody looked at it when I had it for sale on eBay. Now I could sell it between 25 and 30, right? By the way, I'm only going to sell it for a few dollars more than $5, but somebody will definitely probably buy it for $25. I have like $13 into grading, right? So net positive for me to grade that card. This card is the card I sold, and you probably saw this from another PSA reveal I did. This card got a 9, and it has beautiful centering, and I just couldn't keep it for the price. I sold it for $130, right? Is this card nicer than this card? Yes. Is it $100 nicer, right? That is for you to decide as a collector. For me, by the way, the one I have has centering like that, but one of the corners is like that. There's a little bit of imperfection, right? That's why I got a 7.5. But that's all I need. There's a big difference, and this is kind of how I grew as a collector and for my grading. There's a big difference for me for taking a $3 card and making it into a $130 card, which is just absolutely crazy. Now that, like, I've graded a lot, right? I mean, these cards are not uncommon. I could go to COMC, probably $10, I could buy cards that are 8s all day long, right? Maybe one will get a 9. Imagine if that card got a 10. Right? I could probably retire. Some of these prices are absolutely ridiculous. Should I show you this secret? I guess I will. I'll show you. So when I look at COMC, right, the front of the card does not tell the story. What tells the story? And this is what I look for. I shouldn't tell anybody this. I look at the back corners. If a card has sharp back corners, you can actually tell a lot of information about that card. And a lot of times with the white borders, it hides the damage, but it won't hide the damage if the back of the card has color like that green, right? The bad corners will basically stand out quite a bit. Now, the card that's in between the two, I wish I had it. I'm organizing everything, and I threw it, and I can't find it. I have like a bunch of boxes with top loaders, and I just kind of threw my hockey, football, basketball top loaders in there. And I'm working on baseball right now, so I'm just getting all my Hall of Famers, organizing them, and I'm doing like silly things, right? Like if I have a card that's graded, I want to have it in my binder, but my binders are for top loaders. So what I'm doing is I'm making an image of the card, and I'm putting the image of the slab into the binder so I know I have it. So for cheaper cards, I'm like, okay, I have a PSA 8, like Gaylord Perry 1968, which I had, and I sold it because I had a beautiful raw card that was just as nice in my opinion. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put the $1 ungraded card in the binder, and I'm going to sell the 8 for $60, right? And that's what I'm kind of doing right now. These cards from the 60s, the 70s, even a lot of cards from the 50s, there's so many out there. And if you go to places like eBay, COMC, go to a card show, right, with tons of just like the value boxes, you're going to find a lot of these lesser Hall of Famers for a very reasonable price, right? So, and nobody cares about vintage football, right? And that's kind of the thing is like, what do people call these things? They call them baseball cards, right? They don't even call them sports cards. They're baseball cards. So even if it's somebody like has a football card, like it'll kind of slip out of their mouth there, like, oh yeah, like, do you have any baseball cards, right? So until that changes, right, these vintage football and basketball, they're just not going to be as popular, right? These are baseball cards. So this is my current strategy is I'm getting into bigger. Okay. This is kind of my logic, and you collect how you want, but when I get cards like that, the big thing that goes through my mind is, how much would that card be worth if I took that slab, I cracked it, and I took that card out? Would somebody still pay me $130 for that card? And the answer is absolutely not. So I am buying cards, and I'm buying cards that are graded. I'm buying cards that are raw. And I'm just trying to buy the best card possible for the price, but I'm right now avoiding a lot of cards. Like if I look on COMC, if I see like a bunch of cards for like $4 or $5, I'm like, I'll just be patient. I'll wait for a nice raw card to come up. I'll buy that. But if the ungraded cards are going for $100, $150, right? I'll still look at the ungraded, but also I'll look at graded versions. And I got a mail day coming next week. Speaking of black refractors, well, I have a black at a 60 coming, so from COMC. So I got a COMC order, come back, and I sent a few cards back as well in the order. And that should be coming back, and everything's coming back on Monday. So I'll do 2 videos next week. And the other thing that I have coming is I bought 2 cards from a set that I don't have. One of them I bought ungraded, and the other one I bought in an SGC slab, but it's authentic. Now, it says authentic, minimum size not met, right? So the people at SGC, they're like, this card doesn't look like it's been trimmed. It's just smaller size. And if you collect vintage, you know that certain sets, just the cards are cut all over the place, right? And I kind of looked at the pictures of the card, and the card just kind of looked normal with its edges. It just was a little small. By the way, I got that card. It's a little bit small, and I got it as the same exact price, and the card, the registration looked perfect. It looked amazing. The only thing I wish with that is, I wish they gave like a description of the card, right? Because every authentic minimum size not met card, right? Like, I want to know the condition of the card. You just told me it's small. You didn't tell me if it had like surface issues or corner issues, right? I want to know that information. And certain sets, right? If I'm going to buy a 1955 Bowman Hank Aaron, which is on my list, I am buying a minimum size not met. Those 1955 Bowman, there's like so many of those are just small the way that they cut them, right? If you go to eBay, type in authentic 1955 Bowman, you'll just see minimum size not met, minimum size not met, like for almost every card that is listed as authentic. And PSA won't grade a bunch of those because of that fact, right? Kind of like my 1986 Fleer sticker that I just got back with the cream, the number 1 in the set. Like, look at the minimum size, right? If you want a beautiful card, look at the card. If it says minimum size not met, it's a real card. It's not altered. And you can get it at a fraction of the price. Because people are scared. They don't know. Like, they're like, oh, it's altered. No, it's not altered, right? They would actually put altered, like, evidence of trimming right on the slab. So in the comments below, let me know, would you buy a minimum size not met card, right? If it says it right on the label. Or would you be scared that it would be altered? Or since it doesn't have a number, would you just kind of shy away from it, right? I'd love to know what you think about the minimum size not met. Or would you try to buy one and crack it and then try to submit it somewhere else? So again, as always, thank you for watching. Have a great day and keep on collecting.